Hi everyone. Today you are going to read Burman St, Call of Duty. This is chapter 5 of our book. So I know we've been talking about this every day with our comprehension questions, but it's really important to master the skill of writing a summary. So in our comprehension questions, we have another question that asks you to summarize a part of the book. So as you're thinking of writing a summary, think of those 5 W's. Who? Who was or is involved? What happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? And why did it happen? If you need to refer back to this slide while working on your summary just to refresh your memory, please feel free to do that. Or you can use the sheet on the right. Somebody. Who is the main characters? Who are the characters involved in this situation? Wanted. What did the character want? But what was the problem? So, how did they solve the problem? Then, what was the resolution of the story or that section of the book that you need to summarize? So again, feel free to come back to the slide and refresh your memory while you're writing that summary. I'm sorry I'm sitting outside and there's a really loud bird, so if you hear that, my apologies. So these are your comprehension questions for chapter 5. Number 1, provide a quote from the text that shows how Ty feels as he begins to process his encounter with Slim. Include the page number. So when you provide a quote, make sure it's direct textual evidence from the book that shows how Ty is starting to think about, to process his encounter with Slim. So how he encountered with Slim, how was he beginning to process that? How was he feeling? So you're going to write down the direct textual evidence, the quote from the book, and you're going to include the page number when you answer number 1. Number 2, explain why Ty felt like he was walking into a real war zone when he entered the school cafeteria at lunchtime. So how did he feel? Why did he feel like it was walking into a real war zone? So think about what war zone means in this context and how he felt, why he felt like he was walking into one when he entered the school cafeteria at lunchtime. Number 3, how does Bryson act as Ty's backup in real life? Number 4, describe the new rumor that is passed around at school after Bryson's display of affection. And number 5, summarize how Ty shows his appreciation to Bryson at the end of the story. So again, go back to the last part if you need to have a refresher on the 5 W's or use that other concept map to help you, or graphic organizer to help you summarize or write your summary for number 5. So summarize how Ty shows his appreciation to Bryson at the end of the story. So those are your 5 comprehension questions for this chapter. Now I want to have a little review on inferencing because now we are going to go into our 2 vocabulary words for the week. So as a refresher, inferencing is using your background knowledge plus clues from the text to make an inference. So good readers piece together clues from the text and filter them through their background knowledge to make inferences, to make meaning of the story, to help you gain a better understanding of the text, the characters, and the story. So you're piecing the background knowledge and clues from the text in a puzzle and creating your inference. So vocabulary practice. On Google Classroom, along with this audio, the comprehension questions, is your vocabulary words. You are to complete the last 2 on page 1. Last week we worked on the first 2. on page 1, so this week we are working on the bottom 2. So you're going to read the passage from the story and pay attention to the underlined vocabulary word, and then you're going to use the context clues to infer what you think the word means, and you're going to write it below. So you're going to write it in the column to the right of the word. And then in the last column, you're going to look up the word and provide a dictionary definition. So make sure you write your thoughts of the word first before you look it up in the dictionary. So our first vocabulary this week is in the passage. This was followed by a series of other cornball zingers involving eating it, biting it, and dive after 5. So what can you infer using the context clues and your background knowledge on what zingers mean? Our second passage. Ty understood that he didn't know the kind of war he was simulating in the game. So, again, using the context clues from this passage and your background knowledge, what do you think the word simulating means? What do you infer the word simulating means? You're going to write it to the box to the right of it, and then you're going to look up the word and provide a dictionary definition. Please let us know if you have any questions. Message us on WebEx, shoot us an email, give us a call on WebEx, whatever works for you. We are always here to help, and I hope you enjoy this chapter.